Let me hook the. Let me hook this. Let me plug this computer up. 'Cause I don't want to do this on the battery. Because I don't know if my rant might go beyond the capacity of this of the battery of my laptop. So let me go ahead and plug this up because this rant I might have to do a long ass rant. So be forewarned. What's going on, Pure Butterfly? I'm very I'm gonna be honest with you with anybody who's listening. I'm very depressed, right? I'm depressed, and this just added on to my depression. But at the same time, it's fueling my fucking anger. People with words has consequences. Words has consequences. And I'm sitting over here just shaking my head at the lunacy. Now it's already bad enough though you got a woman who got attacked. Now I was going to do an update on Sasha Johnson because I was going to do a video on the update. So allow me to either delay or postpone my rage at the moment. I'm gonna postpone that for a minute. Allegedly, according to the London police, and let me go to um, can somebody please tell Diane Abbott to shut the fuck up? Anyway, where was I at? Okay, I'm at the Guardian. Um, and put the link in the chat room. And when I just heard that, I said, um, I said how convenient, right? I said how convenient, but I'm not surprised. I mean, it could be four dumbasses who did it, right? So I'm not surprised if that is true. But let me read what the Guardian says. Black Lives Matter activist Sasha Johnson was shot in the head after four men forced their way into a birthday party she was attending and a scuffle broke out, police has said. Let me stop right there. You're telling me four grown ass Negroes got up into a party and want to shoot up because they don't want to, because they're not invited? Anyway, allow me to continue. The latest details from the Metropolitan Police came as they tried to quell speculation that the shooting was targeted. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, y'all. I forgot to plug up my mic. I forgot to do my mic. Let me plug up my mic so that you can hear me crystal clear. Give me a minute. I'm so very out of it. I'm so out of it right now. So hold on. Give me a minute. Okay. Um. So anyway, I got my mic in. So let me go ahead and do this real quick. Officers believe Johnson, who came to prominence last year as protests for racial justice sprung up across Britain, was probably an unintended victim and the shooting was not linked to her activism. Police said one man believed to be in his 20s suffered a superficial knife injury during the incident on Sunday about 3 a.m. at Beckham, southeast London. DIC Richard Leonard, leading the investigation, says Sasha was fighting for her life and vowed to hunt down those responsible, adding our investigation continues to make progress, but we need assistance of the community to find out who was responsible for this horrific attack that has left Sasha fighting for her life. We know there was an organized party taking place back in the garden, in the back garden of the address, Consort Road. Sasha was among around 30 guests at the party. Shortly before 3 a.m., four black males wearing dark clothing have gained entry into the garden through a side entrance, and in an ensuing melee, a firearm has been discharged, arming Sasha. Injuring Sasha. The has the suspect has then fled the garden. Our work is ongoing to establish the motive of this attack, but I want to uh, retaliate that there's nothing that has been brought to our attention that suggests Sasha was targeted. I would urge anyone who would help our investigation to get in touch so that we can ensure that these dangerous individuals are identified and arrested. Johnson, 23, a mother of three children, was struck by a single bullet. Police said on Tuesday that they were unaware of any death threats Johnson may have received before the shooting. One theory is that four men came to the party as a part of a gang feud, looking for someone they believe was there, opened fire, striking the wholly innocent Johnson. She remains in hospital in critical condition. Commander Allison Hyderi of Met said it was a shocking incident that left a young woman with very serious injuries. Our thoughts are with the family of Sasha Johnson, who are being supported, especially by specially trained officers. After the shooting, BLM said Johnson has been a target of death threats. We are aware of Sasha's involvement in Black Lives Matter involvement in the UK. And I understand the concern that this will cause to some communities. However, I wish to stress at this time, there is nothing to suggest Sasha was the victim of a target attack. We are we also not aware of any reports of threats made against her prior to this incident. Forensics experts who have been combing Colesert Road area looking for evidence, and police who have been securing CCTV from the area, as well as the footage from devices that may have recorded people in or around the home where the gathering was taking place. Detectives have also been interviewing those at the party. Johnson, a graduate of Ruskin College in Oxford, was a leading figure in last summer's anti-racism protests and is a prominent member of Taking the Initiative Party, which she helped found last year, which has been described as Britain's first black-led political party. Activists from the TTIP on Tuesday criticized Met's statements, and in their own statement released first through Instagram and subsequently through their party website, they objected to the characterizations of the attack on Johnson. Whilst we are overwhelmed by the love and support of Sasha, we are also deeply saddened and disgusted by the negative press that has been infested from this act of hate, the statement said, adding that the party have been receiving hate mail celebrating the shooting. The irony is in the fact that the police has stated that there's no clear evidence that Sasha was the target of the attack and that there was no credible death threats made towards her. However, the police come to this conclusion without being able to speak with Sasha regarding the death threats and investigate. Do the police know who the target of the attack was in order to conclude that Sasha wasn't? How does one manage to shoot someone in the head accidentally? Surely to end up in the hospital having sustained a bullet shot to the head makes a death threat more credible. We are disgusted by the fact that this narrative has been betrayed as a black on black crime and as a gang crime, not acknowledging that this is a hate crime or a targeted attack at worst. Sources in the Black civil rights activist movement have said previously that Johnson had faced a number of threats, including having her car windows smashed. These threats have motivated her recently to move from Oxford to London, The Guardian understands. The TTIP statement said Johnson was in critical care. Well, why y'all telling the same thing we already know? It's like why y'all? We already know that she's in intensive care. Why should there? Who the person who writes these articles is already. Never mind. Let me talk about this for a minute. I'm getting really tired of certain personalities who sit there and stated, who made a video yesterday. Now I'm going to talk about this case in a minute. No, fuck it. I'm going to talk about the case because this is more important than some loudmouth from Seattle, from this loudmouth from the state of Washington, and who's trying to. Who the fuck is trying to text me? Don't text me again. Where was I at? I see this mildly peculiar, mighty. I see this as a mighty and pure butterfly. I see what you just said. Suspicious. I believe this. Yeah, I believe this whole thing is very suspicious to me. I do. I mean, anybody, you just go to a party and just start shooting up, and then the thing is, it was one single gunshot. I'm trying to wrap my mind around this. I'm looking at this. Professor Cupcake Joy. What's going on, girl? What's going on? I'm looking at this, and I'm no conspiracy theorist. I'm no person who just runs with hearsay and just say, oh man, they're after us. I'm not one of those types. But I see this is how convenient. It's very convenient. I really do. How convenient. Right. That's something to think about, Wacky. That's something to think about. How are the police going to claim that there is no evidence of Johnson's shooting relating to her activism without speaking to the Black Lives Matter or her political party? Is it political or is it not? Yeah. Hey, it looked like a target attack to me. It looked like a target attack to me, Professor Cupcake Joy. It looked like one to me. It really does. That's too convenient. It's too, but I'm not sitting there saying it's set in stone, but for right now, it's not adding up for me. It's not adding up for me. And let me just sit here and say this straight up. Let me sit here and say this straight up. What I notice, better yet, I'm going to delay that statement. I'm going to delay what I really want to say. I really want to delay what I really want to say. Because I'm going to post a community tab. I'm going to post something in the community tab. Because what I'm about to say is not going to be child friendly. It's not going to be family friendly. But I'm just fucking ass disgusted. How many people were shot at the party, big Pure Butterfly? How many people were shot at the party? Just her. According to the story, only one dude got cut with the knife, but she's the only one who got shot. You know, we got to talk about that for a minute. You got, you know, everybody got stabbed, but she got shot. But then I have to sit there and say, then, well, if this is the case, right? And I'm not no CSI. I'm not um I'm not NCIS. I'm not part of the you know the special the FBI. I'm not, you know, I'm none of these. I'm none of these detectives. But I do know what a setup is. I do know a misdirection. It's kind of like something that happened. Get your hands out of my pocket. Some of y'all might remember who I'm talking about, what I'm referring to. Get your hands out of my pocket, nigga. If you know what I'm saying, what I mean by that, it was a distraction. The knife fight was a distraction. Get your hands out of my pocket, nigga. Some of y'all might know what I'm talking about. Get your hands out of my pocket. You cause an attack on somebody else in the crowd to draw the attention in order to attack the main target. You attack somebody else in the crowd to draw the attention to the attack, so somebody else, so the intended target won't be protected. That happened to Malcolm X. Two men was arguing. Get your hands out of my pocket, nigga. Everybody turned around saying, why these two men fighting? And then all of a sudden, shotguns happen. Boom, 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 boom. That's what it seems like to me. I'm not telling you it's true, but for right now, and my mind can change, my mind might change based upon more evidence. But however, as I read that story, talking about, oh, somebody got attacked. Hold on. Pure Butterfly said the knife attack victims, were they fatal or were they superficial? Superficial. The knife, according to the Guardian, the knife attack was superficial. The guy had superficial wounds. That's what it looks like. That's what it actually looks like to me. And I'm trying to hold my tongue. I'm trying to hold my tongue on this shit. But I refuse now. I kind of refuse to hold my tongue on this. But can somebody say It's time for Cynthia G to face consequences for the bullshit that come out her goddamn mouth. Now, there has been scores of Black Lives Matter folks getting murdered. There's been scores of Black people, part of the BLM, who got killed. Now, I want somebody to give me the names of every Black Lives Matter individual who got killed. I want somebody to give me a list of every Black Lives personality that got killed. But I'm trying to hold my tongue the best I can, because I really want to go off. I really want to go off right now. How in the fuck can Cynthia G can open up her goddamn mouth and actually said that Black men are at fault for Sasha Johnson to be assaulted, for not protecting Sasha Johnson from harm when they bust out her windows? Yes. Weeks before she was killed, they bust out the windows of her car. There is a video of that. And then, though, she said Sasha Johnson should not be on the front lines protesting because she's a mother of 3 children. And she's talking about, where is the father at of those babies? And then try to say, well, Sasha Johnson was Black male identified. Black male identified. Well, what happened to Darren? What was his name? You know, see, what happened to Darren Seals? You know, he was Black Lives Matter. He got killed. There's been scores and scores of Black Lives Matter activists who were men who got killed. And not one speech, I have yet to hear a speech by Sasha Johnson talking about, well, Black men this, Black women that. No. I'm not a fan of Black Lives Matter. I'm not. Many of you know I'm not a fan of Black Lives Matter, but goddamn, I refuse to sit there and allow someone to tarnish or work. And let me talk about. I'm tired of these idiots trying to talk about Black unity and shit, Black love and all that dumb shit. Then don't come to me talking about. Don't sit there and talk about you want to swirl and you want to do all this bullshit, and then though you criticize a Black woman because she said she's for all Black people. Nowhere in her manifesto she talked about Black women, Black men.
Black men this, black women that. Nowhere in her political manifesto she talk about gender. Nowhere, Cynthia G. Nowhere at all. It's amazed that y'all support that shit. Y'all support that rhetoric. Calling Sasha, implying that Sasha Johnson was a mammy. I'm sorry. But I can sit there and and bite my tongue on some of this shit. But Cynthia G, you're full of shit. You're fucking full of shit. And this is not the first time when you took a tragedy and try to make it about your hatred. See, I'm still pissed off over that Bacardi Henderson murder. I'm still pissed off at how you attacked the family of Bacardi Henderson. And the reason why I have a special, the reason why, because the thing is, and the thing is, Bacardi Henderson was a Texan, and since though he was from Texas, I have a special need to go up in your ass. Trying to turn, yes, Wacky, trying to turn this into a gender war topic. Don't even know who was. Hold on, ex-Muslim says either Sasha was not pro-black, was not black power enough, or the Arabs didn't like her at her protest. I don't know. There was a video of her having a debate with Tommy Robinson. I'm gonna check that out though. Let me check. I'm gonna check that out. So I really want to ask the fans of Cynthia. Do y'all really want the consequences be falling onto you too? I'm just saying. Um, and I'm surprised in 35 minutes into this live stream, I didn't go the fuck off. I'm actually surprised I hadn't went in on Cynthia hard yet. Like I should have gone to. But I have to chalk that up to maturity at this point. Because I'm also proving a point. Because I'm also making a point on how to respond to filth like that. Anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. Um, you know what, Pierre? I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to. Ex-Muslim says BLM went to the pro-Muslim protests. Sasha isn't a Muslim. There are drug wars with Arabs and blacks in the UK. Well, ex-Muslim, are you from the UK? I just want to know because you're the one bringing out these details, and I just want to know. I guess ex-Muslim's not going to answer that question. So, oh, okay, okay, so you lived in the kingdom, okay. So, Wacky World, when I ask ex-Muslim, are you blaming Muslims for this? And also, what would a Arab black drug war in the UK have to do with the death of a political activist? You know what? You know what, Wacky? Wacky, that kind of reminds me of a TV show called Boss. I don't know, man. If you ever watched that TV show called Boss, you understand. There, okay, and I see what ex-Muslims talking about. Tommy Robinson is very anti-Muslim, right? Or perceived to be anti-Muslim. And since though they're, I believe I'm gonna say, right, the people who back Tommy Robinson, they don't mind the Arabs and the blacks to fight. And it's kind of like that TV show Boss. Now I don't know if y'all ever watched that TV show Boss, right? Kelsey Grammer played the Mayor Tom Kane, right? And Ti played the gang member who was trying to be city councilman. Great ass show. I don't know why though they canceled it. It was one of the best shows within the last 15 years. But anyway, Kelsey Grammer was a corrupt mayor. Right. So he started a race war, a racial riot, right? Because he started a race riot to take so that the federal government, the FBI that was investigating him, and the press that was covering his trying to expose his corruption, get them on a different, distract them to a different, to distract him long enough that he looks favorable. If you watch that show Boss, you understand. And since you brought that up, ex-Muslim, And I'm not saying that this is true or not, because I don't know, But this does seem mighty familiar. If you get two composing minority groups at each other's throats, taking the initiative away from the main taken away from the main objective is genius. And that could what happened in London. I don't know. But the way you put it, I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past the powers that be. The plan something like that to happen. And no, I'm no conspiracy theorist. I'm no conspiratorial. I'm not one of these idiots who have 10 floral on my hat. I'm just saying it makes sense. Yeah, you're right. Hold on. Right. Grand Theft Auto, when you start the war between the Triads and the Zucos. Or better yet, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, when you start the war between the Cubans and the Haitians, so that the Italians can move in. You start the war between the Cubans and the Haitians in Vice City. I don't know if you play that game, but that's the same thing. So if a Muslim or somebody who believes in the Islamic faith have committed an act against a Black Lives Matter person, well, guess who benefits out of it? The white evangelical Christian and male. That's who would benefit from it. It's kind of like when Martin Luther King got shot, right? That was a perfect example, right? Now, if you think back, if you read your history, what was the purpose of MLK being in Memphis, Tennessee? What was his purpose being in Memphis, Tennessee? And what was his plans the week after he was going after Memphis? Well, for one, if you read your history books, he was there as a protest for the sanitation workers, so that the Black sanitation workers would get this fair wages and fair pay from the city of Memphis, so they can unionize. Also, he was planning a march, a poor people's march, to unite the poor whites from Appalachia and the Negro population. The Poor People's March that was supposed to be planned out for May and June of 1968. But it took assassin's bullet to unweave all of that work. So I wouldn't put it past them. And no, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this one more again, because I'm not some conspiracy theorist. I'm not sitting there telling anybody lying. But this is too good to be true. All right, it's too good to be true. Because we kind of seen this movie before. And I'm not saying Sasha Johnson is Martin Luther King, or she's up there with Malcolm X. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is There are people who are scared of seeing the establishment being challenged. There's already racial tensions in Britain anyway, especially with 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 Markle, and especially with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and the racial dynamics in that, and then also you got the police shootings in South London. Then you got Black Lives Matter exploding on a global scale, on a nearly global international scale. That's something to think about. Well, anyway, uh, I'm gonna get off of here. Um, I'm surprised that I'm calm. I'm in a calm state, and yes, the wind rush issue. Yes, the wind rush issue. Yes, when there was the important Caribbeans back home unjustly. U.S. and UK are third world countries in wealth compared to Saudi, Qatar, um, and the Emirates, the Saudi Arabian countries. Okay. Um, well, you could be right. When it comes to oil, yeah, you're right. You're right. I could see you. I would concede to your point, ex-Muslim. I'll concede to your point. However, the agricultural base of the United States trumps those countries, though. So how are you going to establish how are you going to compare wealth when the United States has a breadbasket, when central parts of the United States from Kansas on up, hell, even Texas on up, the Plain States produce wheat, corn, barley, and rice. I mean, America and Canada can feed the entire world on one day, and still has some left over, and that's on one day. So how are we going to determine what's wealth, though? Right though, Professor Cupcake Joy. See, yeah. It's like, there is a more of a racial, um it's more, I wouldn't say it's intense. I'm saying that it's more complex. The history of racism in Europe is more complex than that here in North America. So those countries also have the worst human rights, and slavery is still legal. You can buy blacks, Thais, and Indians on the internet there. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't put it past them. U.S. has the intelligence. Oil will be worthless soon. No, I don't think oil will be worthless. I think oil I give oil 100 years though. I give oil a 100 more years because if you in Texas, they're capping oil wells. The oil's still there. They're just capping the oil wells until the next need for a boom. But anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. I appreciate you. Appreciate Exmuslim for being here. Um, Professor Cupcake Joy, Pure Butterfly, my co-host. Shout out to you, Wacky World, Jalen. I see low cast here. Soul, what's going on, Soul? What's going on, Soul? So anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. And Black Sheriff Bomb, what's going on, Black Sheriff Bomb? Anyway, I'm gonna get off of here and well, yeah. Oh, yes, America's moving to solar and electric, but it's not going to be cold turkey cut off from oil though. It's not going to be cold turkey though. You know, MJ, what's going on, MJ? I'm surprised though you're here, MJ. Um, I'm surprised you showed up, MJ. Is Tyrone doing a show tonight, or anybody at TRS doing a show tonight? But anyway, I want to get mad, but I can't get mad. I can't. I really want to just go off, but I really anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. Like, share, and subscribe. Oh, you're not sure? Okay. Pure Butterfly says Tesla cars and electric cars all over Vegas, most likely cities now, all major cities. I don't see them in Houston. I don't see them in Austin yet. Well, I see a little bit of them in Austin. They're kind of hybrids, but I don't see a full electric car yet. I don't see them out in numbers. Is what I'm saying. But anyway, I'm gonna get off of here, and I'll see y'all next time. And like, share, subscribe, and peace. I'm out. And hopefully I'll bring some better content in the near future. I'm trying to set something up, and hopefully it'll go well. Anyway, I'm out.